martial arts history has been made within these very... Oh! And just like that, the fight is over. Hard jab. Nice inside leg kick. Very nice. Oh! And just like that, the... Not there.
Oh, very nice.
How about that shin?
They have started this fight off with a...
Oh! Straight right.
This is crazy. Oh, my goodness. Whoa. This could be it right here.
And just like that, the fight is over.
And this is your UFC Minute. As a fighter's wins begin to add up, the pressure to maintain momentum becomes a major factor. Every fighter who competes in the octagon will tell you that she will take a win by any means possible. But as one of the UFC's top strikers, this women's bantamweight star is taking the judges out of the equation, as she has used fists and feet to finish each of her opponents during her winning streak by way of spectacular knockout.
UFC. A fighter needs someone to push her to be great. McGregor had Diaz. Jones had Cormier. And Silva had Sonnen. Each series didn't just pit the best against the best, but it matched up rivals that had personal scores to settle. And when the octagon door shut, the bad blood reached a boiling point. Who will be the one to step up and put this feud to rest? Or give up bragging rights once and for all?
Hey everyone, I'm Megan O'Leary, and here's what you need to know for your UFC Minute. In mixed martial arts, if you're not evolving, you're losing. So, in an effort to make sure she continues on the right path to the top of the women's bantamweight division, this fighter announced this week that in order to keep building her skill set, she was packing her bags and leaving the gym where she got her start. That's it for today. Stay tuned for... And this is your UFC Minute. This weekend, we brace for a crucial matchup, which is expected to shake up an entire division. To get into position for a world title shot, this fighter has fought tooth and nail against the best the women's bantamweight division has to offer. And while getting into a #1 contenders match is sweet enough, if this fighter beats her heated rival to earn that shot at the belt, the victory would be even more satisfying. That's it for today. Stay tuned for your next UFC Minute, and I'll see you at the fights.
Sit down, stand up, pass out, wake up, fade it, headshot. Sit down, stand up, pass out, wake up, fade it.
Hey everyone, I'm Megan O'Leary, and here's what you need to know for your UFC Minute. It's an old fight game adage that fans love nothing more than a knockout. If that's the case, then they will love this women's bantamweight banger. who was celebrated today for delivering the most knockouts in UFC history. A record achieved thanks to her devastating prowess in the octagon with her fists, feet, elbows, and knees. That's it for today. Stay tuned for your next UFC Minute, and I'll see you.
Fighters fight for many different reasons. Some do it for the fame, others do it for the money. Eventually, all of that fades away. Yet going down in the history books as a UFC champion is something no one can ever take. It's proof that for a moment in time, out of all the fighters in your weight class, you were the best in the world. It's the culmination of all your hard work, the fulfillment of a dream. Tonight is your chance to take that gold belt and hear Bruce Buffer say, "And new." That kind of glory lasts forever.
Stand up, pass out, wake up,
about that incredible performance this past weekend in the main event. Last weekend at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, it was a night to remember for the mixed martial artist whose story has captured the imagination of fans around the globe as she fought the fight of her life when it mattered the most. When the dust settled, Bruce Buffer said, "And new." And she was crowned UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion of the World thanks to a memorable referee stoppage. That's it for today. Stay tuned for your next UFC Minute, and I'll see you at the fights. Hey everyone, I'm Megan O'Leary, and here's what you need to know for your UFC Minute. It came as a shock to the MMA community when this fighter left her longtime gym recently. But that surprise was nothing compared to the reaction felt around the globe when she agreed to fight her longtime training partner in a compelling matchup that highlights this weekend's UFC card at the Honda Center in Anaheim, California. That's it for today. Stay tuned for your next UFC Minute, and I'll see you at the fights.
With this championship fight, will we crown a new UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion tonight? Let's find out. Big shot from the clinch. Back to the feet.
I'm Megan O'Leary, and this is your UFC Minute. As a fighter's wins begin to add up, the pressure to maintain momentum becomes a major factor. To win in the UFC isn't easy. To do it as many times in a row as this women's bantamweight standout has is a remarkable feat that has this fighter on the verge of even more big things in the world-renowned octagon, as she prepares for her latest battle in mixed martial arts' ultimate proving ground. That's it for today. Stay tuned for your next UFC Minute, and I'll see you at the fights.
Ready?